Eli stood at the edge of the spaceship ramp, staring out at the alien world below. It was a landscape unlike anything he had ever seen, a shimmering violet sky, stretched over jagged crystal mountains, and rivers of glowing liquid flowed like veins across the planet's surface. The air felt heavy, but breathable, tinged with an unfamiliar metallic scent. He tightened his gloves and adjusted the straps of his light armor. At barely 18, Eli was the youngest human warrior on this expedition. Round him, the other soldiers were seasoned veterans, their faces set with determination and experience. He had trained for this mission for years, but now that he was here, in front of a real alien world, fear gnawed at the edges of his courage. "Stay close, Eli," said Captain Harris, a grizzled veteran who had fought in dozens of alien encounters. "This world is not just beautiful, it's dangerous. Don't let the scenery distract you." Eli nodded, swallowing hard. He could feel the weight of every eye on him. The mission was diplomatic in name, but the aliens were known for testing visitors in ways humans rarely survived. He glanced at the landing platform below, where tall, elegant figures awaited the human delegation. The aliens were graceful, their movements fluid like dancers, but their expressions were sharp and unreadable. Among them was the royal family, and standing slightly apart, with eyes that seemed to pierce through every human soul, was Princess Lyra. Her long silver hair shimmered in the violet sunlight, and her armor was adorned with intricate patterns that reflected the strange colors of the world. Ellie's heart raced. He had read about alien royalty, but seeing one in person was entirely different. There was a presence about her that made even the most confident human soldiers hesitate. As the humans descended the ramp, the aliens bowed in unison. Captain Harris led the formal greetings, speaking through a translator device that converted human speech into the alien language. Eli followed behind, trying to appear confident, though he felt every bit the nervous apprentice. Then, something unexpected happened. Princess Lyra stepped forward, her gaze locking onto Eli. She moved with the grace of a predator, yet there was curiosity in her eyes. Without hesitation, she raised her hand and pointed directly at him. "He will be mine," she said. Her voice was clear and melodic, but it carried a weight that silenced the entire crowd. The humans froze. Ellie's stomach dropped. He looked around at his comrades, who wore expressions of shock and confusion. Even Captain Harris faltered, unsure of how to respond. "Why me?" Eli whispered to himself, barely able to hear over the murmurs of the crowd. One of the alien attendants stepped forward, speaking through the translator. "Princess Lyra chooses based on the prophecy. A human among you has the courage, cunning, and spirit to unite strength with wisdom. That is why she selects him." The words made little sense to Eli. He was young, inexperienced, and not yet fully trained. How could the princess see anything special in him when there were veterans around? With years of combat experience, Lyra's eyes softened slightly, though her gaze never left him. "Do not be afraid," she said. "You have something the others do not. I will show you. If you are willing to learn." Eli swallowed hard. Fear and excitement battled in his chest. He wanted to run, to hide among the older soldiers, but something in Lyra's voice stirred a spark within him. He straightened his back and nodded. I will do my best," he said. The aliens responded with a series of gestures, inviting the humans to follow them deeper into their city. The architecture was unlike anything on Earth, tall, crystalline. Towers rose into the sky, connected by bridges that glowed softly with alien energy. Streets were filled with creatures of various shapes and sizes, some humanoid, others with forms that defied imagination. All eyes seemed to watch Eli as he walked, and he could feel whispers in the alien language that the translator could not catch. As they entered the royal chambers, Eli noticed a large hall filled with holographic displays. Images of stars, planets, and ancient battles shimmered in the air. It was clear that the aliens valued history and strategy as much as physical strength. Lyra turned to face him, her expression serious. "You will begin your trials tomorrow," she said. "They will test your courage, your mind, and your ability to lead. If you fail, it will bring shame, not only to yourself but to your people. But if you succeed, you will gain respect, and perhaps more importantly, Understanding, Eli nodded. Feeling a mixture of dread and determination, he barely slept that night, tossing and turning as he thought about the challenges ahead. What kind of trials could an alien princess demand of a human, and why him, of all people? The next morning, Eli awoke to a soft chime. The training arena awaited a vast open space carved into the side of a crystal mountain. The ground shimmered with alien energy, and strange machines hovered above, ready to test every skill imaginable. Lyra stood at the center, observing. Around her, alien soldiers moved gracefully, ready to assist or challenge him. Eli took a deep breath and stepped forward. The first trial was simple in theory. Navigate a series of shifting platforms suspended above a glowing river, but the platforms moved unpredictably, requiring quick reflexes and sharp observation. Ellie's first few steps were clumsy. He slipped once, catching himself just in time. The aliens watching murmured among themselves, some in amusement, others in approval. Eli focused, recalling training drills and visualizing each step. Slowly, he found a rhythm. He leaped from platform to platform, his confidence growing with each successful step. When he reached the end, Lyra nodded slightly. Good, she said. You observe and adapt. That is the beginning of strength. The next trials would be even harder, simulated combat with robotic soldiers, tests of intelligence and strategy, and survival exercises in alien terrain filled with hazards. Eli knew he was only at the beginning, but he also felt a spark of pride. He had faced his fear, and for the first time, he believed he might truly rise to meet the challenge. As the day ended, Eli stood looking at the twin suns setting behind the crystal mountains. The alien world glowed in shades of violet and gold. He felt small, yes, but not powerless. Somewhere deep inside, he understood that this was more than a test. It was an opportunity to show the universe what humans could do. Lyra approached him quietly. Remember, she said softly, strength is not only in the body, it is in the mind and courage, and in the choices you make. You have been chosen, Eli, because you have that spark. Do not let it fade. Eli nodded, feeling a mixture of awe and determination. Tomorrow, the real trials would begin, and though fear still lingered, he felt ready to face whatever challenges this alien world and the princess herself might throw at him. As the night fell and the stars of an unfamiliar galaxy shone above, Eli felt a strange sense of destiny. He was the youngest human warrior here, yes, but perhaps, just perhaps, he had what it took to become more than anyone expected, a hero worthy of the prophecy and of the attention of the mysterious and formidable Princess Lyra. The morning sun of the alien world barely touched the horizon when Eli stepped onto the training grounds again. The air was crisp, carrying the faint hum of alien technology. Today was the day of the real trials, and the young human warrior felt his heart pounding. He glanced at the other human soldiers. Many were older, stronger, and far more experienced. They moved with confidence, confident they would succeed where the youngest among them might stumble. Eli took a deep breath, trying to calm his nerves. He remembered Princess Lyra's words from the night before. Strength is not only in the body, it is in the mind and courage, and in the choices you make. The first trial was simple to describe but hard to survive. The humans had to navigate a labyrinth of alien terrain filled with moving walls, glowing traps, and unpredictable energy currents. It looked impossible at first glance. The walls shifted like living creatures, the energy currents flashed randomly, and one wrong step could lead to injury. The other humans charged ahead confidently. Eli hesitated, watching the movements carefully. He noticed patterns in the energy currents that others ignored. He studied the shifting walls, predicting their movements. Slowly, he began moving, each step calculated and precise. A robotic sentinel suddenly appeared, guarding the exit. It was tall and imposing, with arms that could crush stone and sensors that tracked every motion. The human soldiers fought with brute strength, trying to overpower it. Eli paused and observed. The sentinel moved in predictable patterns, and he realized that timing and speed were more important than strength. Using his agility and quick thinking, he dodged its attacks, guided it into a trap of his own making, and passed through unscathed. Lyra watched from the edge of the arena, her silver hair catching the light of the alien sun. She tilted her head slightly, a sign of approval in her culture. Eli felt a thrill run through him. He had passed the first test. The next challenge was a test of strategy and intelligence. The humans were given holographic displays of alien battlefields and instructed to plan an attack against simulated enemies. Most soldiers relied on traditional tactics, forming lines, and planning simple ambushes. Eli studied the simulation carefully. He noticed subtle details, the enemy's blind spots, the terrain advantages, and weaknesses in their formation. Ellie's plan was unconventional. He suggested dividing the forces in unexpected ways, using deception and movement rather than raw force. The aliens administering the trial murmured among themselves. When the simulation was executed, Ellie's strategy succeeded perfectly. The holographic enemy was outmaneuvered, and the humans were declared victorious. Some human soldiers were skeptical, whispering that luck had helped him rather than skill. Eli ignored them. He knew that thinking differently, trusting his instincts, and staying calm under pressure were what had given him the edge. The final trial of the day was the most daunting, a survival challenge in the alien wilderness. The humans were left in a valley surrounded by jagged crystal cliffs, glowing rivers, and strange alien flora. The valley was filled with predators designed to test both physical skill and adaptability. Other soldiers immediately attacked what they thought were threats, drawing attention from the predators and creating dangerous situations. Eli observed carefully. He moved quietly, using the environment to hide and protect himself. He noticed patterns in the movement of the predators, learning to anticipate their actions. When one predator charged, Eli didn't run, he guided it into a trap, just as he had done with the robotic Sentinel Dot as he navigated the wilderness. Eli also discovered plants with healing properties. He used them to treat minor scrapes and burns from the rocks and glowing energy streams. By the end of the trial, he had not only survived, but also gathered useful resources. Earning praise from the alien instructors, Lyra approached him as the sun began to set. Her eyes were thoughtful, almost distant. "You are careful, yet daring," she said. "You think beyond what is expected. That is why you were chosen." Few could survive all these trials with their mind and spirit intact. Eli felt a mixture of pride and disbelief. He had faced fear and danger, yet he had passed. Still, he knew the trials were not over. The alien princess had more tests in mind, and other factions were watching him closely. Back at the royal chambers, Eli met the other humans. Some looked impressed, while others were envious. Captain Harris placed a hand on Ellie's shoulder. "You surprised us all today," he said. "The way you think, the way you move. It's unusual, but effective. Keep it up. You may be young, but you have something special." Eli nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility. He was no longer just the youngest human warrior, he was a representative of Earth, observed by an entire alien civilization. Every decision he made, every action he took, could change the perception of humanity in this distant galaxy. That night, Eli couldn't sleep. He reviewed every step of the trials, thinking about what he had done well and where he could improve. He realized that the aliens valued more than physical strength. They respected ingenuity, adaptability, and courage. For the first time, he felt that humans could truly compete in the galaxy not by sheer power alone, but by cleverness, teamwork, and determination. The next morning, Eli woke to find Princess Lyra waiting for him outside the training arena. She gestured for him to follow. "Today," she said, "you will face your greatest challenge. Not only skill, not only intelligence, but leadership. You must command a squad of mixed human and alien soldiers and face a threat you cannot predict." Ellie's stomach tightened. Leadership had never been his strength. He was used to following orders, not giving them. But as he looked into Lyra's eyes, he felt a strange confidence. She believed he could do this. Perhaps, he thought, he could believe in himself too. The squad was assembled to seasoned humans, 3 alien warriors, and a robotic assistant. Ellie's orders were simple: navigate the alien battlefield and neutralize a simulated rogue force that threatened the city. But the situation was designed to change constantly, testing adaptability, communication, and quick thinking. As the squad advanced, Eli realized that the alien warriors had their own tactics, vastly different from human methods. They were faster, more agile, and their sense of timing was precise. The humans in the squad were slower and relied more on strength. Eli had to find a way to merge their styles. He directed the alien warriors to use their agility to flank the enemy, while the humans held the line, creating openings for precise strikes. When the simulated enemy appeared, Ellie's plan came together. The squad moved as one, despite their differences. Robotic and alien soldiers coordinated, humans adapted, and Eli led from the center, making split-second decisions that kept everyone safe. By the end of the exercise, the rogue force was neutralized. The alien instructors nodded in approval, and Lyra stepped forward. "You have done well," she said. "Leadership is not just about giving orders. It is about understanding, adapting, and inspiring others. Today, you have proven that humans can be more than what others expect. You are not just the youngest, you are capable of greatness." Eli felt a swell of pride and relief. For the first time, he realized why he had been chosen. It was not his strength, not his size, not even his skill alone. It was his ability to think differently, to see patterns others miss, and to bring people together. As the sun set over the alien mountains, Lyra approached him one last time that evening. "Tomorrow," she said, "you will face tests of loyalty, courage, and character. The challenges will grow harder, but I have faith you will endure." Eli nodded, staring at the alien stars overhead. Each one seemed to shine with possibility. He was the youngest human warrior, yes, but he was also the one chosen by the alien princess. And now, he understood that this was only the beginning of a journey that could change the fate of humans and aliens alike. Eli lay down that night, exhaustion tugging at his body, but his mind was alive with thoughts. He remembered the trials of the day, the labyrinth, the simulations, the alien wilderness, and the leadership challenge. Each had tested him in ways he had never imagined, and each had shown him the true potential of humans. He closed his eyes and made a promise to himself. He would not fail. He would face every trial, overcome every challenge, and prove that humans, even the youngest among them, could rise to greatness among the stars. And somewhere deep within the alien palace, Princess Lyra watched, her expression unreadable but thoughtful. She had seen many warriors, many humans, but something about Eli intrigued her. Perhaps this young human was not just the one she had chosen, but the one who could change everything. Eli woke to a sky painted in violet and gold, the twin suns rising slowly above the jagged crystal mountains. Today was the most important trial, yet the Predator Challenge, as the aliens called it. This trial would test not only his skill and intelligence, but also his courage and leadership. The arena was vast, a valley surrounded by sheer cliffs, glowing rivers cutting through the landscape, and dense alien forests filled with strange plants. The air was filled with a low hum, a vibration that made every muscle in Ellie's body tense. He wasn't alone. Other humans, alien warriors, and robotic assistants were assembled. Ready for the test, Princess Lyra stood at the edge of the arena, her silver hair catching the light. Her eyes were fixed on Eli, calm yet intense, as if she could see into his mind. "Today," she said, her voice carrying over the valley, "you will face a creature that has never been defeated. Your skill, intelligence, and teamwork will be tested. Lead well, human, or fail." Eli swallowed hard, feeling the weight of her words. He glanced at his squad to seasoned humans, 3 alien warriors, and the robotic assistant. Each looked to him, waiting for direction. The predator was released from a hidden enclosure, and immediately, a low growl vibrated through the valley. The creature was massive, with glistening scales, for legs tipped with sharp claws, and glowing eyes that scanned the terrain. Its tail lashed the ground, and its roar echoed off the cliffs. Humans and aliens alike felt a shiver run down their spines. "Stay calm," Eli said aloud, more to himself than the squad. "Observe, predict, and act." The squad advanced cautiously. The predator prowled silently at first, testing them, circling as if studying their movements. Eli noticed something others didn't. Its attacks followed patterns. It lunged only after specific movements, and its claws missed if approached from angles it couldn't anticipate. Using this knowledge, Eli directed the aliens to use their speed to distract it, while the humans flanked from behind. The robotic assistant deployed a net to slow the creature. At first, the plan seemed chaotic. The predator roared, swiping at anything that moved. But Eli stayed calm, issuing precise instructions, coordinating movements, and adapting instantly to changes. Several times, the predator almost caught a squad member. Each time, Eli reacted quickly, guiding the group to safety while maintaining offensive pressure. By the end of the trial, the creature was exhausted and contained without injury to any squad member. The alien instructors exchanged nods of approval. Lyra approached Eli as he helped the last squad member recover. "You think beyond what is expected," she said. "You do not rely on brute strength alone. You anticipate, adapt, and inspire. This is why you were chosen." Eli felt a surge of pride. The trial had been terrifying, yet he had succeeded. More importantly, he realized that humans had qualities even the most advanced alien species respected: courage, ingenuity, and the ability to unite differences into strength. But the challenges did not end there. Word of Ellie's success spread quickly among the alien factions. Rival factions whispered that humans were unpredictable and dangerous, that a young human could not possibly be trusted with influence in their society. Some aliens challenged his authority directly, questioning his decisions during the Predator Challenge. The next task was political. Eli was asked to negotiate with a faction that doubted his capability. The faction demanded that humans leave the alien world immediately, claiming that the young warrior was unfit to lead or represent Earth. Eli stepped forward, his nerves steady. "I may be young," he said, "but I am here to represent humanity, not to fight unless necessary. My goal is understanding, cooperation, and respect between our worlds. We are not enemies, and I hope you can see that." The alien faction was silent. Eli continued, pointing to the Predator Challenge. "I led a squad of humans and aliens to succeed where many feared to try. That was not luck. It was observation, teamwork, and careful strategy. These are qualities humans have, and I am proud to demonstrate them." Slowly, the faction's hostility softened. They could not deny the evidence before them. The young human had proven his skill and intelligence. By the end of the discussion, Eli had not only defended his position, but also gained the reluctant respect of skeptics. Lyra observed silently, her expression unreadable. After the meeting, she approached Eli. "You are learning quickly," she said. "It is not enough to fight or plan. A true leader inspires loyalty, bridges differences, and earns trust. You are doing all of these, Eli. That is why you were chosen." Eli felt both pride and exhaustion. The trials had tested every aspect of his being's strength, skill, intelligence, courage, and leadership. Each success had built confidence, but each failure or mistake had taught him humility and awareness. He realized that being the youngest human warrior did not matter as much as how he applied himself. The final test of the day was personal. Lyra led Eli to a chamber filled with holographic images of humans and aliens throughout history. The images displayed wars, triumphs, and acts of courage from both species. "This," Lyra said, "is a lesson in spirit. Your final trial is to show that humans can rise to greatness not through domination, but through heart, ingenuity, and resilience. You will face a choiceless situation where brute force could succeed, but wisdom and compassion will achieve more. Choose carefully." The scenario was immediately presented. A small alien village was under threat from a sudden natural disaster, a volcanic eruption in the distance. Structures were collapsing, and the inhabitants were panicked. The humans and aliens in the simulation could either use overwhelming force to evacuate everyone in a rushed, dangerous manner, or carefully plan routes and prioritize those most vulnerable. Many humans wanted to act immediately, using speed over thought. Eli hesitated. He analyzed the terrain, the villagers' positions, and the safest paths. Then he issued calm instructions, guiding humans and aliens together. They moved efficiently, rescuing everyone with minimal risk. The villagers in the simulation were safe, and the exercise ended in success. Lyra's voice echoed through the chamber. You have shown the human spirit, courage, wisdom, and care for others. These are the qualities that define greatness, not age or size. Today, you have proven yourself in mind, body, and heart. Eli felt a sense of awe. He had started this journey unsure of himself, doubting his abilities. Now, he saw the value of humans in a galaxy that had underestimated them. He realized that strength could take many forms, and sometimes the greatest power came from thinking, caring, and inspiring others. That evening, as the twin suns set behind the crystal mountains, Eli stood with Lyra on a cliff overlooking the valley. The alien world glowed in twilight colors, rivers reflecting light like molten glass. You have done more than survive, Lyra said softly. You have shown that humans, even the youngest among them, have a spirit worth honoring. There are challenges ahead, greater than any you have faced, but you are ready, Eli nodded, feeling a mix of pride, determination, and anticipation. He had proven himself, yet he knew this was only the beginning. There were still trials to face, threats to confront, and the growing responsibility of representing humanity in an alien world. He turned to look at the horizon, the stars beginning to appear in the alien sky. Somewhere out there, beyond the mountains and rivers, other civilizations waited. Eli understood now that humans were not just survivors, they were innovators, leaders, and problem solvers. And he, the youngest human warrior, had already begun to show the galaxy what humanity could achieve. Lyra's gaze met his, her expression softer than before. Tomorrow, she said, you will face the ultimate test. Courage, loyalty, wisdom, and strategy all will be needed. The path ahead is difficult, but I trust you can succeed. Humans have a unique spark, Eli. You are proof of that. Eli clenched his fists, determination burning in his chest. He had faced danger, skepticism, and challenges that seemed impossible. He had led, learned, and triumphed. Now, he was ready to take the final steps of his journey and prove that humans could stand as equals in the galaxy. As night fell, the alien stars shining above, Eli felt a quiet confidence. He was the youngest human warrior. Yes, but he was also a leader, a thinker, and a symbol of human potential. Whatever lay ahead, he was ready to face it, guided by courage, intelligence, and the unyielding human spirit. And somewhere nearby, Princess Lyra watched silently, her silver hair reflecting the starlight. She had seen many warriors, many humans, but Ellie's spirit was different. She knew that he could change not just the future of humans on this world, but perhaps the destiny of their galaxy. The day of the final trial arrived with a calm, violet dawn stretching across the alien world. Eli stood at the edge of the training grounds, the weight of responsibility pressing heavily on his shoulders. Today would test everything: his courage, intelligence, leadership, and the trust he had built among both humans and aliens. Princess Lyra was already waiting. Her expression was serious, yet calm, and she held an air of quiet authority. This trial is the culmination of everything you have learned, she said. It is not about strength alone. It is about uniting those around you, understanding differences, and facing the unexpected with courage and wisdom. Eli nodded. He had faced predators, strategic challenges, and political tests. But Lyra's words reminded him that the final test would push him further than any he had faced. The scenario was revealed in a large holographic display. A rogue alien fleet had entered the system, threatening Lyra's world and the delicate alliance between alien factions. The fleet's movements were unpredictable, their technology advanced, and the situation was chaotic. Humans and aliens alike would need to work together to defend the planet and secure peace. Ellie's squad, now experienced and cohesive, waited for instructions. He looked at the aliens beside him, noting their cautious expressions. Many still doubted human capability. He looked at the other humans, some nervous, some confident. He knew that every decision he made would matter. Stay calm, Eli said, his voice steady. We work together. Trust each other, follow the plan, and adapt if necessary. We win as a team or we fail together. The squad moved into position. The alien fleet appeared on the horizon, massive ships that blotted out sections of the sky. Their weapons glowed ominously, and the ground vibrated with their energy. Eli quickly assessed the battlefield, noting the advantages of terrain, the strengths and weaknesses of his squad, and the patterns in the enemy fleet's movement. He devised a strategy that relied not on brute force, but on coordination and clever tactics. The alien warriors would use their speed and maneuverability to flank the enemy, while the humans would hold key positions and protect vulnerable areas. The robotic assistant would provide surveillance and precision targeting as the battle began. The enemy attacked with unexpected ferocity. Some humans faltered, unsure of how to respond to alien tactics. Eli moved quickly, issuing clear instructions, guiding both humans and aliens and adjusting their positions as the battle shifted. At one critical moment, a massive enemy ship advanced toward a human command post. Eli saw that a direct attack would be too dangerous. Instead, he directed a group of alien warriors to create a distraction, drawing the ship away while the humans and robots neutralized smaller threats. The plan worked flawlessly, and the command post remained safe throughout the battle. Eli demonstrated the qualities Lyra had recognized from the beginning: observation, ingenuity, adaptability, and courage. He inspired his squad, earning their trust and loyalty. Even the skeptics among the aliens began to see that humans, though young and underestimated, had unique abilities that could tip the scales. Hours passed, and the rogue fleet was gradually driven back. Ellie's strategy minimized losses while maximizing effectiveness, showing the power of careful planning combined with quick thinking. As the last of the enemy ships retreated, the valley erupted in cheers from humans, aliens, and even robotic assistants. Lyra stepped forward, her eyes gleaming with pride. "You have done what few could," she said. "You have shown that humans can be leaders, thinkers, and heroes. You have united different species, balanced courage with wisdom, and faced impossible odds without faltering." Eli felt a swell of pride, but also humility. He had succeeded, yes, but it was the cooperation of his squad, the courage of both humans and aliens, and the willingness to adapt that had made victory possible. He realized that true strength came from unity and understanding, not from any single individual. The next moment was ceremonial. Lyra led Eli to a platform overlooking the valley. Alien dignitaries, human delegates, and representatives from multiple worlds watched silently. Lyra extended her hand toward Eli. "You have proven yourself," she announced, "not as the youngest human warrior, but as a symbol of what humans can achieve. Your courage, ingenuity, and heart have earned you a place among us. You are not just a warrior, you are a unifier." The crowd erupted in applause. Eli felt a mixture of amazement and disbelief. He had begun this journey uncertain of his place, but now he stood as a hero recognized by an alien civilization. Lyra continued, her gaze unwavering. "Today, we have witnessed the beginning of a new alliance. Humans and aliens can work together, learn from each other, and achieve greatness. Eli has shown the way." The ceremony ended with celebrations, and Eli was approached by both humans and aliens who had once doubted him. They shook his hand, congratulated him, and expressed respect. Captain Harris, who had been a mentor and guide, placed a hand on his shoulder. "You've done it, Eli," he said. "You've proven that humans can stand with the best of them. I'm proud to serve alongside you." Eli smiled, feeling the weight of responsibility, but also a sense of accomplishment. The journey had been difficult, testing every aspect of his being, yet he had risen to the challenge. He knew that the real work, the ongoing alliance, the future challenges, and the potential for exploration and diplomacy was just beginning. Later, Eli walked with Lyra along the cliffs overlooking the alien city. The twin suns were setting, casting long shadows over the crystal towers. "You have exceeded my expectations," Lyra said quietly. "Not in strength alone, but in spirit. Humans have potential far beyond what many believe." "You have proven it," Eli nodded, humbled. "I only did what I could. I learned from you, from the trials, and from the people around me. I just applied it," Lyra smiled faintly. "And that is why you were chosen. It is not your age, nor your size, nor even your strength. It is your heart, your mind, and your courage. Never forget that, Eli. Humans have something special, something worth honoring in every world they touch." Eli gazed at the horizon, the stars of an alien galaxy beginning to appear. He realized that this was more than personal success. It was a chance for humans to be seen as equals, as capable, intelligent, and courageous beings. He had started as the youngest human warrior, uncertain of his abilities. He had faced predators, political challenges, and complex trials. He had learned to lead, to inspire, and to adapt. Now, he stood recognized not only by humans, but by aliens who had once doubted him. As night fell, the alien stars reflected in the rivers below. Eli felt a quiet resolve. There would be more challenges, more battles, and more opportunities to demonstrate what humanity could achieve. But he also knew that humans had the spirit to rise, to unite, and to shine even among the stars. Princess Lyra watched him silently, her expression thoughtful. She had seen many warriors, but few had the courage, wisdom, and heart of this young human. She knew that Ellie's journey was only beginning, but she also knew that humans, through him, would leave a lasting mark on the galaxy. Eli looked up at the stars, feeling the weight of responsibility, the thrill of adventure, and the pride of achievement. He had faced impossible odds, yet he had prevailed. And now, he knew that humans undaunted, creative, and courageous could stand among the greatest civilizations of the universe. The youngest human warrior had become more than expected. He had become a symbol, a leader, and a reminder to all. Courage, intelligence, and heart could change the course of history, no matter one's age or size. And as the twin suns of the alien world disappeared below the horizon, Eli knew that this was only the beginning of a story that would be told across stars and worlds for generations to come.